Do, 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 do. What do we got? We have a Chrome T1. We have some code. Let's get a host up there. There's an error. Right, just want to make sure something's coming through. Anything? Bueller. Let's change this to tangoEDIT session. Get double ads if you've already seen one for this stream. It's Wednesday. Update. Welcome to the chat room. Hello, non-existent. Int. Hello, our trees, and hello, non-existent chat people. Ta-da! Oh, my capitalization sucks in there, but 'tis what it is. Okay. It's like a window to the past. Right, let's get back into something a little more useful. I haven't done a hell of a lot since yesterday, because I got up bright and early this morning and went downtown and to the Amazon AWS pop-up loft, where they were streaming the reInvent keynote and stuff. A bunch of exciting things out of there. Which was a good start to the day, and even better for that was a $250 credit voucher from AWS. So that's really good. That means, thank you, AWS. But it means I can just run a few EC2 servers and probably slightly faster ones than I have been for tangoEDIT.com to run all the processing backend on for a few months, which is very cool and means that I will be less reticent of actually telling people about tangoEDIT. We had a soft pre-poached launch coming up on 8 weeks ago. Had some family issues in the intervening time, but also the code I'm running to do all my backend processing isn't. I haven't even had a drink tonight, and I'm still stumbling. The code I'm running there isn't the most solid, and I didn't want to either crash it, or if it did work, I didn't want to get too many people in all at once. I'm trying to get a sort of slow build up of users on Tango. Basically, it's about, at this stage, I want it to be about making the right product for a few people. As as the Paul Graham, the YC thing goes, make something a few people love, and then worry about scaling. So I'm still very much in the making something that I would love. I haven't succeeded in that yet, but definitely working on it. So that was my morning, and early afternoon was at the AWS loft. And then where I also got swag, new headphones, very cool, and a nice lens cleaner or screen cleaner. But also on the way home, I was walking past, sadly, the comic shop down the road from me seems to be closing. Or either that, hopefully they're just remodeling, but maybe they've gone the way of the record store, and everything's going to iPads and online comics or tablet comics, so maybe they're having to close, which is a shame. But lucky for me, they were throwing out a large whiteboard / pinup board, and so I rolled that a few blocks, and a very nice man happened to be walking past and helped me get it up crazy San Francisco stairs. You can see it behind me. It's a whiteboard. I'm going to take these off and actually go and stand next to it for scale. You can see this thing is absolutely huge, which is very cool. Still rolls, pinboard on the back, and some little notes being taken on the front. So that was kind of unexpected bonus for the day. And yes, it feels kind of professional. We have a very small whiteboard that my wife and I have sort of take turns in using, but with this one we've probably got enough room for us both to have notes for our various projects and things up on it. So it feels like we can really make some progress now, because nothing says progress like a full whiteboard. Okay, so where did we get to last night? I was pulling in videos, and then you should be able to grab a frame. Was I grabbing a frame? I must have been grabbing a frame. I was, and it was very, very slow. This is Safari is, well, at least it's showing it the right way up tonight. I'm going to switch over to Chrome because Chrome seemed to be a lot zippier, though this could be my ongoing issues with my video capture chewing all my CPU. But, alright, give me some terminal, media server, it's still there, OBS, less than 20%, that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, but, alright, let's make a little change. Something boring. Restarted, there we go. Okay, let's try again. Drag that in, drops in fine, gives us something, and there, okay. So this top one is the canvas that I'm pulling, or I'm filling the canvas here from the hidden video tag under this div here, and then this guy I'm pulling from the canvas. So it's a two-step process to get the pixel data, but you might be able to see some slight differences there, though highly unlikely given the amount of compression. But so what is the difference between these two? Basically, the top one is properly decoded frame from the video. In the bottom one, I ended up using the toData URL function, which turned out to be, surprise, surprise, as it's native code, a hell of a lot faster to run than pulling out the, the pixels and the things individually. So what have I got here? I've also been enjoying using console.time, which, apparently profiling your code is a good thing. So parsing the response there. Oh, maybe if I actually show something in here. That's not going to work. Give me steady. Oh, did. All right. Why Safari are you so slow? Anyway, you have to take my word for it. it was something in the order of 1100 milliseconds, and I got it down. Well, I got it down using a far more efficient algorithm. Is in the order of 20 to 30 milliseconds, which is actually 5 milliseconds to grab the JPEG encoding. So that makes the timing part there much better, and also we get a nice little expected and wanted decrease in the size of the buffer. So instead of 180,000 or 180K, not K, whatever. Instead of like the new data, the new representation is about a fifth the size, which means we can send a lot more per frame. It's still really small. There's a lot to be done in terms of actually getting the frame from A to B. I'm thinking that, especially being all inspired about backend stuff and AWS again, that even going B2B, it might be worth chucking stuff up in the old S3 storage. So I'll stick frames straight into there, get them down. Slower the first time round, but faster for everyone on the next thing. And if I'm doing that, if I do small enough res frames to start with, then at least you should be able to scrub through the video and then grab the bits that you want and get them up into the cloud as quickly as possible. Yeah, so that's the notion. So I might just let's do the old kill Safari trick. If in doubt, restart. Local, yep, and come back Twitch. Just in case anyone's out there watching. Change profile banner. Yes, I'm live now. Get me to my dashboard. Anything? Don't worry, I won't be offended if there isn't. Okay. I really need a dual monitor setup. I have one just over at my other desk, but I've been trying to use a standing desk for the last few weeks, to be healthy and stuff. Oh, come on. That's better. Drag and pan. Oh, it's still there. Alright, I'll give you then steady. My videos, steady. That's okay. Once the video is loaded, that's not too bad. And again, we're getting this weird upside down thing. That's okay. But now that Safari is not clogged up on whatever it was clogged up on, let's have a little look-see. Whee! Is it clogged up on the fact that I'm spitting a heap of stuff to the console? Create object. Oh. It's throwing an exception. Maybe I should actually do a try catch on that to be a good citizen. So, that's boring. And after 10 o'clock at night, I think you're allowed to do, slightly more fun stuff with the code. I like to do brainy code first thing in the morning. I like to do cleanup code in the afternoon, and then at night, all bets are off. So, I want to try. So basically, what I have at the moment is when I click on here, this is just being pulled from the local video. So I want to try sending my frames across the network. network being this local machine. Yes, not entirely convinced of the feasibility of this, but I don't know. It feels like this is something that should work, and if it doesn't work yet, I need to make it work. Right. So stream on frame request. Let's go. Image data equals get frame console times send frame. Get frame's fine, and then we can just grab JPEG URL, send that over. So I won't worry about picking up that one. Let's send that mid-frame response. So, okay, we'll get that just to get the width and height, but image data I'm going to send as JPEG URL. This is a text string of base64 encoded data, so I don't know if converting it to binary will be useful or not. Maybe we should check that, what the status of that is once I've done this. Okay, so I'm sending JPEG URL on frame response. Frame data comes through, and I should just be able to go, how am I drawing it? I'm putting it into the image. So on frame response comes through. Let's not draw it to the canvas. Let us instead say, what did I call it? Some kind of image. Frame image, probably. Frame image, yes. Frame image 0.attribute source frame data. Right. So JPEG encoding is good for a single frame, but not quite so good for lots of frames. And if, comparing the pixel data between two different JPEG encoded frames is probably a bad idea. Just introduce too much noise and you'll lose any gains you get. So we have a video in there in Chrome. Go over to Safari. You can see that. Clear out that. Let's clear that one just for the hell of it. And say, give me a frame. So that comes through very quickly. What do we get back? For each clicked on 191. Exception in queued task T1 at line 282. Okay. Frame attribute source. Ooh. I didn't have to do the toString, but maybe I do. Maybe I need to convert to a string and then back from a string to a URL. Interesting. Yes. Pan goes in. Metadata comes out. Let's try the other way. Chrome looks for frame. No, he gets a 2. Undefined is not a function. Object anonymous 28025. Can't find. Okay. Drop this. That would be possibly it. That would be nice and simple if it were the case. I see Casey Muratori, who is a very good coder, writes excellent blog posts, and happened to work on The Witness. Was doing a stream tonight as well, doing a little teaching of C, which I haven't, well, obviously I'm not watching if it's still going, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. Right, so there's a frame over there. Get me something. Ha ha ha! Look at that. Easy as. Just need to use the right jQuery. And that felt a lot snappier than what I was used to. Well, where I got to last night. So with a little bit of caching and buffering and somewhat more cleverness, that could become vaguely useful. Okie dokie. What have we got in here? So, fastest way to grab pixel data. I think we have a fast enough way to grab it locally. Even the get image data I was using was pretty snappy. There was the bandwidth, well, the transfer that was killing me. Before, Safari video loading issues, still got that. Get image issue, well, that's gone because I'm not using that anymore. Well, in the current iteration. So there's that. Which leaves what I want to do tomorrow. And what I want to do tomorrow is pull arbitrary frames from Lappy to iPad. So tomorrow night's stream, I'll hopefully either already have that working or I will get to it. So short and sweet one tonight. Don't want to, I think I've probably been going about half an hour. So yeah, don't want to waste too much of your time. I'm just going to keep on doing probably relatively short ones until I work out a format that A, works for me, and B, means that someone/anyone cares about it enough to join the chat room and maybe ask a question or two. So yeah, to those of you viewing this in the future, because I'm pretty sure there ain't anyone viewing it now, thanks a lot. You can reach me at crob@tangoEDIT.com, and feel free to check it out. All feedback very welcome. Negative feedback is completely valid and expected and actually hoped for at this stage. I'm as a founder, I'm meant to be talking to users. So yes, I am here. I will ask questions once I know who my users actually are. But prepared to listen. So if you got something to say, even if it's just something about, your, if you use Avid, why you like Avid, if you're a massive fan of the 3-point edit system, or if you're a Final Cut Pro fanatic or a Premiere person, then yeah, let me know the things you like about those platforms, and I will do my darndest to try and fit the functionality into the better form of the tablet. So tomorrow night, stream 3, you will see a tablet doing something. This is my guarantee, or whatever. And yes, one day sign-offs will not suck, but today is not